I say, I love the way that duck be smelling.
Cecil!
This is the fucking asshole, the worst character in the show. Holy shit!
God damn.
I have a shell guy I go to. He's very reasonable.
Nah, he's scamming him.
This is a scam. This is a scam. No. Oh, he's doing a fucking Slippin' Jimmy scam where he pretends to wipe out and then he sues the motherfucker.
I don't think I like it. Daffy, you're the only person in the world that wouldn't like this recliner.
Ugh.
Woo!
Where did you get this hideous?
Woo! Yes! Woo! Yes!
I like the Lola and Daffy are of one mind.
The crack is worse than we thought.
Oh, no.
It means he's gonna need $2,000.
That doesn't seem that crazy.
What a fucking piece of garbage, man. I hate him so much.
3,500?
35,000.
Comical gold?
41.23.
Can I have your credit card?
Dude, he's getting scammed from every angle. His girlfriend and Daffy are destroying his house with all these different chairs.
Bro, Bugs is going bankrupt in this episode.
Oh, Mr.
Ah, he's so gross. He's so gross.
I'm really sorry. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Well, I suppose I could use some rope.
Oh
My God, he's blazing it.
He's walking around fine, bro. What are you talking about, man?
I mean, do I look like a cartoon villain?
Who are you looking for?
What?
What the fuck is this scene?
Oh my God, they literally broke the fourth wall. They literally broke the fourth wall in my cartoon. They never do that in any cartoon. Never cartoon has ever done that. I'm so excited right now. This is such a Rick and Morty Reddit moment.
Looks like it's gonna be a little more than we hoped.
What a shock.
How is Bugs trusting Cecil when there's the previous episode where Cecil fucked with him for so long?
I'm just confused. He said he has insurance, and obviously, if it's a small deal, you want to solve it without insurance. But at this rate, just go to your insurance.
Unfortunately, my checkbook's at home.
Well, you know where to find me.
He literally became the Grinch. What?
Do they have the rights to that? Is that plagiarism?
Title hit by motorist. This is from 6 years ago.
Damn, he was running the scam even when he was working in the fucking office. Like, this is before he lost his job.
Oh, no. Hey, what have I done? I almost killed someone.
Porky is the best person to do this to.
It's, yeah, he is the easiest person to guilt trip in the world.
I gave him $10,000, buddy.
$10,000.
That's crazy. He got scammed for way fucking more. Oh my God.
I guess I just have to get used to life without a recliner.
I'm not gonna lie, the Daffy Lola part is the worst part of the episode.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm like surprisingly captivated by the Cecil plot.
Yeah,
And then
me
my
too.
brain just completely turns off whenever Daffy and Lola are on screen.
So you wear a fake cracked shell to scam people out of their money.
He's gonna kill them.
Oh my God.
We're going to the police.
I'm gonna do
He's
that.
gonna, he's literally gonna kill them.
Oh my God! What is it, like a first-person shooter?
POV, you're a turtle who scams people.
Where'd you get that recliner?
This old thing? I picked it up at the thrift store.
Oh my goodness, it all comes together.
He was the one who took the recliner.
How did you come up with this scheme?
Well, it's a long story, but since I'm gonna shoot you anyway.
This is so fucking funny.
Dude, there's so much just straight up murder and guns and shit in Looney Tunes show. It's awesome.
I just thought it was a chair. I didn't know it was a recliner.
Hold on to this.
Oh my God. Porky's gonna kill someone.
Looks like you cracked your shell.
And then you hear a gunshot right as it fades to black.
There are things in life that are...
Lola's dad, the most iconic character.
He does go hard though.
Look at it. There you go.
I'm in love with my daughter's boyfriend. That's what this song is about.
That is,
This
it is weird.
He takes my love.
Whoa, sexy,
whoa, whoa,
sexy.
Well, thumbnail, 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 thumbnail.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Bugs!
That thing was a piece of junk. I don't know why I was holding on to it. I'm glad it's out of my life. If I never...
I just love how long it goes on. They don't even bother like doing the reveal with Daffy. They just show you like, yeah, he got the fucked up chair.
Oh. You miserable little...
Little what?
Let Bugs say come. Let Bugs say come.
This is my year. What are you talking about? The Chinese astrological calendar?
Year of the pig, yo.
It's his year. My boy.
There's a year of the rabbit, and no year of the duck?
But there's a year of the chicken. That's like basically the same thing.
Happiness and prosperity are just around the
Where's the fortune where it's just absolute nonsense and it just doesn't make any sense at all?
You will have a toilet for dinner.
Ugh. Ugh. Did your guys' cookies taste like paper?
That's such a basic joke, but I don't know. I thought it was funny. Sorry, guys. I apologize, guys. Sorry.
I eat the sticker on the apples, though. We're of similar mind.
They want you to host this year's Royal Oaks Beauty Pageant.
Why me?
Well, it says
Bro, they've really been giving Lola like the fucking figure in these episodes.
That's what I'm like. Look at the position her body is in right now. Do you like
No,
like?
I'm listening to what she's saying because she's an intelligent.
No,
great
you. I'm
woman.
not paying it. Her hips are like.
Her hips are doing the talking. That's what I'm listening to.
What do you think about ducks?
I don't know. Why?
Because I'm a duck.
What? I always thought you were a crow.
Carol, bring me the latest animal popularity index.
I thought he was like, Carol, bring in the latex gun for my boy.
Bro, motherfucker just said, give me the ranking of every race by popularity.
Dude, I always forget there are just human characters in this show.
Seems like Latinos are down this year.
That's it. We're gonna get you on tit for tat.
There's not a show called Tit for Tat. That's not.
What's tit for tat?
Was Elmer Fudd? Mike Ehrmantraut has his own show? What the fuck?
I like that in this show, Elmer Fudd is like not even a character. He's just a TV star.
I like it.
Congratulations! You are my 1 millionth customer. You win a year's supply of free pizza at half of the
Yo!
The 1 million. It is the year of the pig. He is taking W's, my boy.
Porky's a pig?
Dude, Bugs is doing the fucking meme face where the dude is looking at the other girl.
He's looking at Porky Man. He's like, free pizza?
I have all the answers I need right here.
Is this Foghorn Leghorn's wife right here?
I think it's his secretary, but like that kind of means the same thing. Like just give it 4 or 5 years and it means the same thing.
Tit for tit. Harder questions and harder nipples.
It's like a follow for follow situation. If I show you my tits, you have to show me your tits. Like that's what's going on here.
Tonight's topic, ducks. Here to tell us why we should care.
Dude, I like how you said that Elmer Fudd wasn't a real character, and then in this episode is the first episode where he actually is a real character.
But like just look at the shot composition. He exists on a different plane of existence than the rest of the characters. Daffy Duck is like a bug compared to this man.
Literally.
I'd like to buy a vowel.
What are you talking about?
I'm gonna go ahead and spin again.
I'm not gonna lie, like if this actually happened on TV, they'd be like, let the bro keep talking.
What
oh
the
my god!
What?
Bro, unhinged. What the fuck?
That was awesome.
Dude, there's literally nothing this man won't do for Daffy. It's fucking insane.
And welcome to the Royal Oaks Glen Oaks Oakwood Oaks Beauty Pageant. I don't know about our contestants, but I slept like a log last night. Literally.
Bro, this motherfucker literally is a comedian. Why is he struggling so hard with this?
I flew all the way in from New York to be here. Boy, are my arms tight.
Her tongue is out.
Her laugh.
Thumbnail.
Her laugh.
He doesn't even have wings. He's not a bird. He's a seal.
He's a seal. He's a seal.
She's crying. She's literally crying, laughing right now.
Porky's a fucking seal.
It's not as funny as Porky's.
Oh my god, Porky's gonna. Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Bugs get caught in Looney Tunes.
Miss ROGOOO. We need a duck to win that beauty pageant.
Tina.
Tina.
Yo, yes. Let's fucking go, Tina.
Please.
I'm not the beauty pageant type.
Yeah, to be honest, the only 2 ducks we know in this show are both assholes. So like, maybe all ducks are bad.
So you're saying that the racist stereotypes are correct? That's what you're saying right now?
Racist.
Is you winning a beauty pageant, which will skyrocket ducks up the animal popularity index.
Imagine having a live ranking of your race.
And it's an ever-changing chart.
You can just check the leaderboards at any moment in time.
How's my race doing? How are white people doing? We're down? Again?
You want to take a practice flight?
No, I think I'm good.
Dude, he's wearing his tux that he has that one sexy picture of him in the house, dude.
You'll barely be able to tell you're wearing anything at all. There.
I'm hard.
Thank you for sharing.
It doesn't take much for you, bro. It does not take much. That's all cool, bro.
When is the show gonna start?
Dude, look at his fucking suit.
It's so oversized.
It's like a son wearing their dad's suit.
His neck. There's just a hollow space in the neck hole.
Come on! Start the show!
Dude, it's a live race reaction.
He's below ants.
Are these like the live race war statistics? Like, what is going on?
Coming soon, bro.
It's the year of the pig.
Oh, it's not the year of the pig. It's the year of the rabbit.
This is so weird. If they brought like a random Asian human to explain that, that's so
Asian
strange.
human.
They hate me. I thought this was the year of the pig. How is this happening? Porky, there's something.
Don't ruin his confidence. Lie to him. Lie to him.
Lie to your friends. Lie to your friends.
You're doing great. But no one's laughing. No. They're laughing.
They're just laughing at you, not with you.
Aw, this is sweet. He's just gaslighting him to make him feel better. Okay. Oh my lord. Oh my. That's what the representation
I like-
is in my pants.
Literally, the beauty pageant had all humans and then one duck. There was no other animal characters. Whoa!
What is?
God
this is,
damn.
This is for. Oh
Yo!
my god.
Oh, I didn't need to see that.
Yo, let it all out, Porky. Oh
Dude.
my God.
Shout out Michelle.
Yeah, I vote for her, bro.
When did she turn black?
I didn't win.
Yeah, but you were so beautiful and poised and charming and everything.
Riz, oh my goodness. Good boyfriend moment.
Wholesome Daffy moment? Question mark. Is that allowed? Mods. Is that allowed? Mods.
You're the pig, baby. You're the pig.
Thanks for the Chinese food, guys.
Not the
Why
they
would you
had
give
to
him
bring
the most
Chinese food back.
inconvenient dish to eat? Like, you give him chopsticks and he has a broken arm?
It's because the writers just had to bring back the Chinese food.
Duck sauce? There's a sauce named after us? Why didn't anyone tell me?
I am so.
Oh, this woman looks scary.
This is how people with blue eyes look at you, bro.
Dude, I've been here. I've been here before. This is a sad moment in basketball. No, you're gonna throw a fucking pit. You could lower the fucking hoop, Daffy. What are you doing? Not his Prius.
Dude, you don't fuck with a man's Prius like that.
Get that down, please.
Oh my God, this episode's gonna be he's gonna force this kid to play basketball. He's gonna be like, Gossamer, you're black coded. You have to play basketball. That's what Daffy said.
How does he keep doing this?
It's like he's playing like a very indirect version of Catch with his son.
Actually,
How do you know so much about it? I was elected to the city council.
he was.
That's fucked up because it's true. Like, that's fucked up because he can just say things like this and he isn't lying.
I totally forgot about that episode.
That was one of the funniest episodes.
Gossamer is
Gossamer's
Yo.
awesome.
Gossamer is awesomer.
His face isn't even on the fucking poster.
Make America Gossamer again.
Did you just hear what Bugs fucking said? He said it's not a real word. He's the type of person to be like, actually, you not to say more better. That's redundant.
That's us, bro. You just described us.
Oh, hey! Just having a few friends over to watch the fight. We might be a little loud, just FYI.
That's funny because they're Mexican.
No, it's funny because he said as quiet as a mouse, and they're not gonna be quiet. You fucking dumbass.
No, it's funny because Mexican people are loud.
Steve is awesomer? Who's Steve?
Editor, put a picture of Steve Sakai on the screen.
With a Minecraft spooky ambient noise.
Well, good morning. How do you like your eggs?
I need him as a wife, bro. I need Porky to be my wife.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. If he had that on while cooking, I would walk behind him and smack the ass every time. That's all I'm saying. Like, oh my God.
That was fucking awesome. That was fucking hard. My boy is winning.
Now, when you're running for president, everything comes out.
Look at the way he's sitting there. Motherfucker's sitting there like he's in therapy.
I think Gossamer probably needs therapy. Like, he's neighbors with fucking Daffy Duck. Like, imagine how much shit he's been, like, subjected to over the
He's neighbors with Daffy Duck, and that's one of the most positive relationships in his life.
What are you doing in here? Now you.
I love them. That's gonna be us when we die. Can we all get a grave together and like sleep forever together? No. Guys, leave a comment on this video if you want to be part of the Spilling the Milk mass grave that we're building.
Yo, let's pull it up.
A mass grave, a mass pole in the middle of a...
I mean, it's more efficient that way. Like, I just care about the environment.
I moved the silverware to this drawer, so they'd be closer to the dishes. But the dishes are over here.
Oh, this is the motherfucker who organizes everything. He had a system, Porky. He had a system.
If he had the junk drawer and then Porky like cleaned all the junk out of the junk drawer, we should kill him.
The junk drawer.
You don't have that one drawer in your kitchen that's just for all like the leftover sauce packets and napkins
and random fucking shit, old mail.
Does he have OCD?
I think so. It seems like it.
Bro, that's literally Campbell's brand. Can we talk about that?
I want to go to Campbell, bro. I'm so excited.
Okay, how do you pronounce it? How? Tell me!
Campbell. Campbell. Campbell.
Nice to see you again.
She's even worse than I remember.
Why is he moaning like that? Who gave this man permission?
Who in the name of Pancho Villa has been in my household?
No way.
In his mouse hole?
Bro, man was
No
assaulted.
Get out my boy's mouse hole, bro. He didn't consent.
Give this pig a restraining order right now.
How the fuck did Porky get in there?
How did he even get in there?
Dude, you are literally Bugs Bunny core.
I'm literally Bugs Bunny.
I love what you did with my place. There's a system for everything. It's so efficient.
Oh, but he's Speedy Gonzalez, so obviously he cares about being fast and like efficient.
He
right?
appreciates the efficiency.
Willie Yang promises to do away with recess.
This is funny because don't they do this shit in Japan? I feel like I've seen videos.
I
of
think
that
I've seen something like that, yeah.
Mayor Dewey, Mayor Dewey.
Fully automated.
This is like Papa's Pizzeria, man.
I thought about the same thing, and you were taking forever to say it. I was like, dude, it's Papa's Pizzeria, bro.
What do you think of helping me set up pizzerias like this all across the country?
This is awesome.
Damn, they're going to business together.
Honestly, this doesn't seem that weird, though, because this is just Porky's skills that he's already had. Like, he's been good with math, and he's been good with food. This isn't that out of the ordinary, TBH.
We'll call you Pizzeria's vice president.
Dude.
He's a vice president. Let's go.
It's the year of the pig. He's literally taking a W.
We've avoided the issues and plagiarized this speech from the great communicator, Ronald
Malcolm
Reagan.
X. Oh, I forgot that he fucks with Ronald Reagan.
You won? No. Then why on earth are you happy?
Because I had fun. I always
Aw.
had fun.
Oh, it's so wholesome.
Oh my god. Why are we getting so many wholesome Daffy moments?
Stepdad duck over here.
He's not the step duck. He's the duck who stepped up, bro.
Winnie's not president.
What?
There's a third candidate. Congratulations again, Steve.
Steve!
Aaron Trump. He predicted it. He knew Steve was gonna win.
Steve wins again.
Hola, Cincinnati, Ohio. And bienvenidos.
You really? Your first fucking place is in Ohio, Speedy. Are you kidding me?
And medieval themed for some reason.
Don't worry. Those aren't real crocodiles.
Those aren't real crocodiles.
Thousands die in Pizzeria Massacre.
Hello?
And if you guys want us to watch more Looney Tunes, get this video to 20,000 likes. And, you know, comment down below other Looney Tunes stuff we should watch. Thank you to our Patreons.
Alejandro Paredes, Asmus Biogar, Atomic Leon, Bento, Kamlu, Communism is when people's iPhone, Cosmic Dega, Crystal Bunny, Daryl Herb, James, Frozen Spaghetti, Gabriel Granados, Gub Stargazer, Gummy Brain Rot, Gunis Now Jonathan, Helio, I Love Spilling the Milk, Isaiah Alfred, Kamui, Night VDB, Lilac Moon, My Artistry, Master Nate, Misty Skies, Native, Obama Gaming, Omega Waffles, Huffles, Remulin, Steven Sanchez, Terrence Sills, Useless Grunt, Vel Explicit, Wyatt Lime, Yahir Sanchez.
Thanks to Google Meet for sponsoring a portion of today's video. It's been so many years. Long have I waited. Finally, it's my turn. Hello, Internet! Welcome to Film Theory, the show that always knew that this day was coming. It's been over 8 years, but finally the Five Nights at Freddy's live-action feature film is set to hit the silver screen in a little over a month. And you know what that means. It means that nowhere is safe anymore from FNAF theories. Don't believe me? There's a FNAF cookbook releasing in October. A FNAF cookbook. It's coming for you next, Food Theory. And all we need is a FNAF fashion line that's infected all of us. Oh, my sweet stars, what have I done? But for as satisfying as it is for Film Theory to take another toy out of the toy box at Game Theory and claim it as our own, see also Sonic, Mario, and Last of Us in this year alone, in all seriousness, we are way overdue for a theory break.
This YouTuber, Gigasmart, Kristen Doorboy, and the creator of this video. In this video, he talks about how overpowered bamboo is in the new update, and I 100% agree with that statement, which is why I decided to create the world's fastest bamboo farm in Minecraft. The current world record holder is Elmango. His farm, utilizing flying machines, has 10 million bamboo per hour. He himself said he could upgrade it, but it just wouldn't be practical. So to beat this number, not only will I have to make a smaller farm, but also a way faster farm. My first step was to build a single unit that will make my farm possible. I took inspiration from Ito's Bamboozler to make my own design, but I modified it a bit. I changed the entire system of picking things up and slightly modified the input of the bone meal. I added the new 1.19 Minecraft unloader, which will increase the efficiency a lot. I guess the only thing Elmango's farm does better is that it doesn't use bone meal, but mine does. But that can easily be solved with a simple, pretty efficient wither farm and a good storage system. So now that we have the base design, all we have to do is duplicate this hundreds of times and connect everything up with redstone.
Breaking
This
down
is
our
Purple
predictions
Dragon, famous YouTuber.
for this movie, and believe me, there is plenty to talk about. If you're on YouTube and you somehow missed the phenomenon that is Five Nights at Freddy's, how? Like, genuinely, how? I need to know your secrets. This series exploded about a decade ago, with every Let's Player on the platform screaming their heads off over the haunted animatronics hunting us down in the ruins of a dilapidated pizzeria. But while the scares certainly got us started, it's the story that's kept us going. What's helped the series persist for as long as it has been its incredibly mysterious story told through scraps of information and obscure environmental details. Heck, 60 episodes later on Game Theory, and we are still trying to decode this thing. Really? It's only been 60? Feels like it's gotta be 100 at this point. And this new FNAF movie seems to be staying true to the franchise's roots, not in terms of the lore necessarily, but in terms of the cryptic storytelling. There is a ton of information packed into the few short minutes of trailer footage that we've seen so far. Enough that I believe we can predict the entire plot of this new movie, right down to the shocking twist ending that's gonna leave you devastated. Here's a hint. If you think this movie has itself a happy ending with everyone smiling and living happily ever after, then clearly you have not been paying attention. So today, Film Theory does what Game Theory's never been able to do: solve this franchise. And we're gonna do it before the movie even releases. Keep your eyes on your monitors, loyal theorists. We're going in. So I think a good place to start with our prediction here is sort of laying out what we think the movie's trying to do with FNAF as a franchise. Just from watching these trailers, I think it's clear that this movie does not take place in the universe of the games. Why? This thing. I have played, watched, and read every last scrap of information this franchise has put out, and this is unlike anything we've ever seen before. Clearly, it's a murder weapon, and clearly it was made by the franchise's big bad, but why, what, and how is still a complete mystery. My best guess, and again, this one's a guess, is that it's a remnant extractor, a way to ensure murder victims have the most traumatic, awful death possible, so the agony they experience can be harvested to help create creatures with eternal life. If none of that meant anything to you, strap in, El Chippo. You're in for a crash course. By the end of this thing, you're gonna be talking about Fazgoo with the confidence of a pro. Looking at the trailers and IMDb, we know that this is gonna be the story of Mike Schmidt, a security guard from FNAF 1, but things are different this time around. Well, this certainly appears to take place in the 1990s like the original FNAF game, considering everyone's using old school wired telephones, there are no modern cars, and all the monitors are old CRTs. They're also bringing in characters who clearly reference later parts of the franchise, specifically Vanessa from Security Breach, a blonde security guard in the game who here appears as a blonde police officer. What I think's going on here from a meta perspective is that the movie's taken a bunch of stories from the game franchise and simplifying them for a general film audience, while trying to keep the most most iconic aspects of the games intact. Plus, they're gonna be combining ideas and characters from different eras of the franchise to get as many recognizable aspects of FNAF into one film as possible. That's why we see the story from the original FNAF interacting with someone new from Security Breach, and then you have a girl named Abby mixed in there whose name is literally an anagram of baby, all fighting against an unbroken version of Springtrap. That right there, that is the filmmakers trying to bridge the gap between the different eras of FNAF and bring in as many fans as they can. The OGs from 2014, the new fans from Security Breach, and also your average Joes who can't tell a Fred Bear from a Ned Bear, let alone a Glamrock from a Rockstar. Oh, you have so much to learn. So all in all, think of this movie as something that's gonna wipe the slate clean and start fresh, referencing moments and key characters from the game's books, but not being beholden to them, because, you know, that's not a confusing route to go at all. That said, let's just hope they don't stray too far from the games. Case in point, this detail right here. During a spoopy, scary moment in the trailer, Nebraska is spelled out very clearly on a poster in very large, very bold letters right next to the main character's head. This was an intentional decision definitely put into the trailers to keep us talking. This means something. Now, the general consensus is that the FNAF games normally take place in Utah. Multiple spin-off book series have made that detail quite clear. Could it be then that they've moved the setting to Nebraska for some reason? Maybe, but I don't think so. It'd be weird to just have a state poster of the state that you're currently in right above your security desk. My guess is that this poster was put here intentionally by Mike. It's important to him for some reason. My best guess is that it's #goals, an aspirational place to go to help him get out of his current situation. Because on the face of it, things don't seem to be going all that great for him. Looks to me like Mike and his family have fallen on some hard times. First off, we don't see his parents in these trailers at all. Though Mike's father has been cast, I'm gonna guess that he's only here for a flashback scene, considering he doesn't look too much older than Mike's actor Josh Hutcherson. Additionally, we see that Mike and his little sister Abby are living in a small house with an average car, and Mike is looking for any job that he can get.
I was just calling to see if that job that you offered was still available. I will take anything.
We later see Mike bring in Abby along with him while he's working, implying that this is probably their only option. They can't afford a babysitter, and if there were parents at home to take care of Abby, why would he be bringing her to his night shift job? So Nebraska might be a symbolic place of freedom for Mike, a place to escape and finally be free. More or less, though, I believe that the setup for the backstory of the FNAF movie is going to align with that of the first game. Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria was a popular arcade and food chain represented by its 4 iconic mascots:
Foxy, Bonnie, Chica, Freddy.
However, they're not the only ones here. Seems that some of the children encountered another animatronic, a large yellow bunny rabbit that's separate from the other 4, as we see in a drawing here on the wall from this shot. This was a costume used by the owner of the establishment, William Afton, an outfit that he would use to get closer to the kids, which honestly is creepier in a movie than it was in the games. You know, just your typical yellow bunny friend holding hands with 5 kids, which, when you're talking in horror movie speak, is code for he killed those kids, stuffed them into suits, and eventually turned them into haunted robots. Also, just to call it out here, I originally thought that there was going to be something hidden in this wall of drawings beyond just the obvious. I mean, it is the perfect spot to sneak in little bits of hidden lore, but the more that we've seen of the wall in other trailers, there doesn't actually seem to be that much of anything here, sadly, and honestly surprisingly considering the franchise we're talking about. Speaking of Yellow Bunnyman, the trailers seem determined to convince us that the person we expected to play the franchise's big bad isn't actually playing the villain. Despite rumors that he would be playing our resident Urkel murder man William Afton, in the trailers Lillard's character is clearly labeled as Steve Raglan, career counselor. But here's the rub. If there's one thing we've learned here on Film Theory over the past decade, it's that trailers can be manipulated to create mystery or confuse timelines. See also Morbius and Infinity War, just to name 2 key examples. And here, I think we're being presented with the exact same sort of misdirect. In fact, I'm almost 100% confident that I can prove it beyond a reasonable doubt. First, Matthew Lillard confirmed that he signed a 3-picture deal to star in more than one FNAF movie. And unless Steve Raglan's a new character that Blumhouse is just really hype about, I expect that deal was to play Afton. However, far more convincingly, we have this scene from the trailer where a young boy is seen getting kidnapped in the middle of the woods. Based on the film's official website, the synopsis reads that Mike is still, quote, haunted by the unsolved disappearance of his younger brother more than a decade before. And we know, based on casting, that the brother's name is Garrett. Now, the actor playing this kid Garrett is named Lucas Grant. Hopping over to Instagram, Grant commented on a post by Matthew Lillard saying that it was great to work with him and that he's much nicer than his character. Now tell me, why would a young actor playing a kidnapped boy have any reason to interact with a career counselor? He wouldn't. The only way they interact is if Matthew Lillard, Steve Raglan, William Afton, call him whatever you want, was kidnapping that kid. In other words, in this movie, a big final reveal will be that Matthew Lillard kidnapped Mike's brother. This would actually parallel some key moments from the original novel, where William Afton acts under a pseudonym, Dave Miller, and has the perfectly normal mundane job of security guard for an old abandoned mall, a job that allows him to supervise the comings and goings around Freddy's. That way, when kids start poking around, he's able to hop into the suit, get it, hop, because he's a rabbit, hop into the suit and try to scare him away, just like we see him doing here. And lastly, in the novels, he also kidnaps a kid prior to becoming a crazed serial killer. Honestly, a lot of the details here line up. Now, before we start jumping from video to video to keep tabs on Freddy and the gang with more plot predictions, let's take a moment to thank a service that I bet Mike wishes he had. Our sponsor, not exactly Zero Xly, but I can also mandated for tablet, super easy. Look at a lot of the clues coming from these trailers. The story is largely what you'd expect. There's a string of children disappearing from the pizzeria, resulting in Freddy Fazbear shutting down. Judging from both the kids drawing on the wall and this shot from the trailer, looks like Afton killed 5 children, as we'd expect from the lore of the first game. Our favorite bunny-themed serial killer hid the bodies of the kids inside the animatronic suits, and in so doing trapped their souls inside the robots forever. And we know that they're sticking with that specific part of the lore based on the jump scare here. It is so good every time I see it. Children's hands popping out of animatronic mouths. Not only is it terrifying, it tells us that he definitely hid the bodies inside there. But now recently, people have been poking around the old abandoned pizzeria. As we see in the most recent trailer, some small-time criminals break in, intent on robbing the place and trashing it up for fun. I believe that sequence is probably going to be the beginning of the film. These characters breaking in before they're met with a terrible fate. The possessed animatronics come to life and kill them as they're mid-crime, not only showing the audience early on that these things are terrifying, but also creating a giant problem for Afton, who now risks having more people poking around his old murder den. Hoping to prevent future break-ins and deeply uncomfortable questions about his past, Afton decides to hire a security guard to keep an eye on the place during the night. His first option doesn't exactly work out all that well, but not to be deterred, our plucky mass murderer tries and tries again to find someone who'll keep the building safe. Enter our main character of the movie, Mike Schmidt. Mike will do anything for cash. Based on these 2 shots from the first trailer here, we know that Mike has a history of working as a security guard, but likely he got carried away in a previous role, resulting in him getting fired. Desperate for cash and with no one willing to hire him, Mike takes a job as the night shift security guard at Freddy Fazbear's, bringing his sister Abby with him. Seems like things aren't too strange starting off. Though it's certainly creepy, they explore the pizzeria without much of an issue, until of course there's a knock at the front door. Mike goes out and meets Vanessa, a police officer with a strange interest in the building. In fact, she seems to know a lot about Freddy's.
In the 80s, kids went missing. The police searched Freddy's top to bottom. They never found them. That's why the place shut down.
Looks like somebody watched our complete timeline. Soon, as creepy occurrences start happening all across the pizzeria, Mike realizes what he's gotten himself into.
There are ghost children possessing giant robots. Thanks for the heads up.
And here's where the stakes get higher. Obviously, the animatronics are going to pose a danger to both Mike and Vanessa, but their well-being isn't going to be the only thing on the line during this movie. Throughout the trailers, we see shots of Abby going off to explore the pizzeria alone and ultimately hiding from Foxy in the ball pit. Let's just hope that she doesn't time travel. In all seriousness, though, somehow Abby will befriend the animatronics, especially the leader, Golden Fredbear, a character that, you'll notice, never appears anywhere except for in shots with her. Why does she befriend them? Or rather, why do the animatronics choose to befriend Abby? Well,
what do they want?
They want to make her like them.
Yep, the animatronics want to add another member to their ranks, and that is going to be the big driving factor for this movie. Mike and Vanessa are going to rush to try to solve the mystery of the kids' disappearance and put their spirits to rest, hopefully with plenty of time to save Abby. The scenes where we see Mike interacting with the kids outside the pizzeria, I believe that this is where Mike is trying to put the pieces together and is speaking to the spirits in something like his dreams. Of course, William Afton does not want this to happen and has to get himself physically involved, disguising himself in his old Springtrap costume and chasing Mike and Vanessa around in an attempt to silence them in the big scary action set pieces. Afton will likely capture and injure Vanessa at some point, considering that we see a yellow rabbit hand grabbing Vanessa's neck here and Mike sitting by Vanessa in the hospital looking concerned. So that's the main setup for what I see happening in the movie, but what about the big twist? There's always got to be some sort of a big twist in FNAF. Well, I believe that it comes with the identity of some of the spirits. You see, we actually get a pretty good idea of which spirits possess which animatronic bodies from this shot in the trailers. It's pretty obviously telegraphed. Bunny ear kid is Bonnie, redhead with pirate claw is Foxy, the girl wearing all yellow is Chica, and the boy with the top hat is Freddy. As for the last kid though, well, the obvious thought was that he was going to become the mysterious Golden Freddy. I think that's what I and everyone else assumed when we saw that first trailer. But now, I'm not so sure. The fact that this 5th child in the shot doesn't have a characteristic explicitly linking him to an animatronic has to be intentional, and I believe that it was the filmmakers keeping things ambiguous so we wouldn't guess their twist. I suspect that the 5th kid here isn't Golden Freddy. Instead, I think it might be the Cupcake Cupcake. Yeah, I know, I get it. It sounds ridiculous, but hear me out on this one. In the latest trailer, we clearly see Cupcake moving around independently and attacking someone without Chica's help. My initial gut thought to this? Well, that's kind of stupid, to be honest. Like, does Chica's soul transfer down into the Cupcake alone for remote attacks, leaving Chica soulless for a while now? Or can a spirit divide itself and act on different parts of the character at different times? You know what? I'm not sure. I don't have a good answer for it, but I do think that this would open up an incredibly dark and compelling twist on Golden Freddy. Remember, these 5 kids who disappeared at Freddy Fazbear's in the shot aren't the only kids that have gone missing in this story. We still have ourselves Mike's missing brother Garrett, who we talked about earlier as the kid in the back of the car, likely being carted away by old Billy Afton up in front. I mean, in this franchise, it would be shocking if someone kidnapping a child wasn't William Afton. Anyway, why do I think that this is actually the moment that we see Mike's brother get kidnapped? Well, again, we turn to actor Lucas Grant and Instagram, where we see this post of him hanging out with another child actor named Wyatt Parker. Parker even calls Grant his best bro, an interesting choice of words considering that Parker was cast in the film as young Mike. 2 twin brothers, one who gets kidnapped. Almost a one-for-one replica of what we see happen in the Silver Eyes novel. So let me ask you, what if Mike's brother is Golden Freddy, separate from the tragedy at the pizzeria? We can assume that Mike's brother was kidnapped in one of the earlier parts of the timeline, a time when Golden Freddy would still be in use. And in the games, we've long theorized that Mike Schmidt is in fact Mike Afton, son of William Afton. This would also mean that his little brother was the crying child who was killed and became one of the spirits that possessed Golden Freddy. Given the fact that Mike's father's been cast and is distinctly not being played by Matthew Lillard, I don't think that's the exact direction that they're taking for the movie, but taking the core of that story, keeping Mike's brother as Golden Freddy, well, that would fit with both the timeline and serve as a devastating twist to the casual audience. It would also explain why Abby is spending so much time with Golden Freddy in the trailers. It's her spending time with a brother that she never got to know, whether she realizes it or not. It could also explain why Golden Freddy retains blue eyes when all the other animatronics have red ones. The circumstances of his possession are just a little bit different when he's interacting with a family member. So Afton attacks Mike and Vanessa for getting too close to his secrets, and despite fighting back, they ultimately lose. As they're about to die, Abby is able to win over the animatronics and use them to fight back against Afton, saving them all. You'll notice one of the oddities of the trailer is the design of Springtrap. It is different from what we see in the games. It's cleaner and it's more put together. It has not gone through all the rotten decay that we'd expect from this character. I believe that's exactly how it ends. Mike, Abby, Vanessa, and the animatronics defeat Afton by trapping him in the walls. Tying a bow on the end of this movie while still leaving him in a position to turn into the decayed, rotten corpse that we all know and love for the eventual sequel. However, all things can't end happily here. I believe there's a good chance that the animatronics are gonna wind up getting what they want out of Abby in the end. Her name is an anagram of baby, after all, an animatronic that first appeared in FNAF's sister location. The team celebrates the defeat of Afton, only for Abby to accidentally stumble into a clown outfit, or maybe get put there by a vengeful Golden Freddy, giving us our villain and the problem to solve in the eventual second movie, saving the girl from her eternal, ceaseless torment. Or maybe that ceaseless torment is just meant for me, who is now tasked with trying to solve the timeline of this franchise across multiple channels. Truly, the animatronics have taken another victim. But hey, that's just a theory. A film theory. And cut.
Fazbear Frights is a free-roam take on the original FNAF with a massive restaurant, and something is different about Freddy. Freddy's got the jets. He's the fastest Freddy I've ever seen, and nobody in chat had seen the game beat.
Take your PC and put it in another room. It really is a surprisingly elegant solution with a lot of upsides. Noise and temperature, all of a sudden are non-factors. You don't need to worry about your system getting filled with all the dust you produce just by existing. And for bonus points, you can throw everything in a rack just to flex your mad IT status. However, to get peripherals like your mouse and your keyboard, webcam, your thumb drives working, well, you're gonna need some way to bridge the USB gap that now exists between your machine and you. Now, these Icron docks over here, these things are fantastic, but the thing that's not fantastic about them is the price. So what about all those cheaper solutions out there? How do they compete for speed and distance? Well, the manner they operate in and how well they function might actually surprise you, even if you're not surprised to hear this segue to our sponsor. The Ridge. The Ridge has partnered up with Hennessy Performance to give you a chance to win amazing prizes like a Hennessy Ford Bronco or $75,000 cash. You get 1 entry for every dollar spent on the Ridge products, or up to 1,000 entries for every dollar spent on custom Hennessy products. Use the link below and get 10 bonus entries. Even if the details are complicated, the function of the Icron USB Raven 3124 is pretty easy to explain. Under normal circumstances, your USB port has some conductors in it, let's say 4 or 9, or in the case of USB-C, some more. Those connect to wires when you plug in and transmit a signal over those wires to whatever your target device is. Here, we take those wires and we plug them into the back of one of these boxes. Some encoding happens here. It transmits that encoded data over fiber optic or Cat6 A cable to a receiver, which decodes the data and then reconstructs it back to the original USB signal. At least we're pretty sure that's how it works, since that would explain both the Xilinx FPGAs that we found at the heart of both of these units, as well as their astronomical price tags. The only thing we think it would reasonably be doing is handling the encoding and decoding that's associated with going from USB to another type of data transmission. With fiber, this system can do up to 200 meters or 100 meters on copper, which is significantly farther than the standard range of 3 meters for USB 3.1 Gen 1 or 5 meters for USB 2. But you don't need to have an expensive FPGA-powered device in order to break those limits. Take this Corning optical USB cable, for example. These are available in lengths of up to 50 meters, which, last I checked, is a lot more than 3, and they need only a tiny electrical to optical conversion chip on each side to take that USB data and transmit it long distances over fiber. However, while they definitely have some advantages over the Icrons, like, say for example, size, they also have some disadvantages, like price. Yeah, they're not actually really that much of a better deal. And on top of that, they're not easily serviceable in the field. So the length you have is the length you get. And as it turns out, USB 2 and USB 3, they're not the same thing. You hook this USB 3 cable up to a USB 2 device, you are plumb out of luck. I mean, to its credit, at least the cable's a lot more durable, so it's less likely to get broken in your walls. Walls. Speaking of walls, if your house looks anything like this, with Cat6 or even Cat5e cables buried in them, and you're okay with USB 2.0 speeds and a distance limit of 50 meters, there are a lot of very economical options for this. Meet the Ezku USB extender. Easy to? It doesn't matter. The point is, it's only $60 on Amazon, which, despite being the same price as our upcoming stubby screwdriver on LTT Store, it transmits USB over copper. But wait a minute. If it's using copper, what makes it different than any standard USB cable? Why can't you just make a USB cable longer? Well, you see, it's the same thing that makes any active cable different. It uses a hub to act as a repeater. Now, typically, this would be a self-powered hub, which the Ezku is, but unpowered will actually do just fine here so long as it does what every other unpowered hub seems to do, and it lies to the host system about its unpowered nature. The script says this is the part where we could try to build it ourselves? What? Oh. Is this thing really that simple? It's just pin to pin?
No. So, you take that, you take this, and you take a hub. Theoretically, this should work.
Really?
However,
it doesn't.
It didn't quite function, but it could definitely see that there was a USB device being plugged in 50 feet away.
After some shenanigans, maybe the editor will show you on our security cameras, we have got this working, which is great because this is a pretty cool demo. What you're looking at here is a little board that has a USB port on it, some commodity electronics wiring, and they're hooked up to a Keystone jack. The reason this is important is because I'm going to show you guys how we can make this for ourselves. All we've got to do is take a USB A to A cable, plug that into our computer, plug that into our USB port. Okay. Then we take any cable, right? Because copper's copper in it. Go like this, plug another standard USB cable into the other side, and then connect it to a powered hub. And theoretically, all we have to do is plug in some USB device, and whoa! It works! It's alive! Which raises some questions. If all we need is a cheap powered hub and a couple of like
in this video, I will show you how to build a fast and highly efficient bamboo.
Hey guys, welcome back. So this is a follow-up video on the jumping minecart bamboo farm. I'm enjoying it really right now, that I'm back and forth, come up with some new farm concepts, and then again all your guys' feedback and also new fresh ideas in the comments that I also want to try out immediately. But there's basically two main suggestions that we had last time, how to improve this type of farm. So yeah, to recap it, the problem pretty much was that the blade that we use in order to fly the other way of the flying machine will sometimes also cut off bamboo that grows in between. Then we have a lot of items laying on the ground. So my idea would have been to get rid of the second blade, to basically put the minecarts on, fly the other way entirely, and just rebuild the one blade we have. So basically move the trapdoors to the other side to just below the farm, breaking the bamboo. Now, yeah, if you would have just another flying machine, there's actually quite a lot of them. Here we have to wait until the bamboo grows, and then the the items will be shot to the side. There's actually quite a lot. That's why I think this idea, yeah, might not work that well. So let's actually try the first idea, and then if it turns out to be
keystones, why exactly is anybody spending $60 on this? You actually don't know, do you? Is there a good, is there a reason? I guess
no, I really have no idea, especially when there's
How far can we go though? What is this one? I said this was 35 feet, right? 10 meters? That is well past what even USB 2 can do. Go. Are we going to get mouse?
Oh, hey, USB
Oh,
device not recognized.
yeah.
We got something.
We got something. We got an error. It's too far. Both from a signaling and from a power perspective, there's just a limit to how far you can push these things. That is where these come in. Or maybe something like it, but less expensive. What is it with Tanner and Linus USB experiments lately? I don't get it. I do plan to talk about these in a moment, but first, let's actually validate that the Ease Coup does perform better than our DIY solution. Here's our 10-meter cable back. Here's some power to our hub. Ease Coup better than Linus. Oh wow, yep, already worked better, everything worked perfectly. But does it work as advertised? Can we go farther than 10 meters? What's the biggest cable you got? Oh, cool. That's 2 cables.
This is 3 cables.
Oh god.
I just kept adding cables on until it stopped working.
Okay, well how long is this one? This is 50 meters. Why don't we try within spec first?
All right.
This reminds me of some of the old like Wi-Fi range test videos we did in the NCIS parking lot. Except USB range, and there's no parking lot. Although, I think we could reach the parking lot with this if we really wanted to. Let's see if it works. Wow! Okay, all right, okay. This is worth contextualizing. Let's talk about just how far 50 meters is. Well, we gotta go. We're going this way. 60 bucks, eh? Kinda seems like a value. Should we see if we can make it to Creator Warehouse? You said you had more cables attached to it?
Yes.
Did it still work?
Yes.
Good gravy. None of us are still back at the studio to, well, the screen cap is running, and if the mouse is moving right now, then imagine that we're doing like a Dude Perfect, yeah! Yeah, come on, can you celebrate that? Yeah! Woo! Why don't we get on a call? Why don't you run in there, and then we'll call, and then I'll be right back, because I need more cable. Andrew, you wait here. Okay, is it working?
Are you moving the mouse?
Yeah.
No.
Oh no! No, just kidding.
Oh, I just saw something setting up a device. HyperX Pulse Fire Surge. Oh yeah.
Move it down to the start menu, where it is on Sensible Computers. You're a top taskbar guy. Explain. Oh. If I was wearing a high-vis vest or something, this would be fine. Here we go. We're gonna try to make it all the way to Creator Warehouse. Over 200 feet. We're testing again. Is the mouse plugged in?
Yes, it is.
Yes! I'm gaming. Am I clicking on anything? Is this useful?
Yeah, you just closed a thing, and now you're selecting a bunch of things.
I am flippin' impressed. And there is no shortage of devices just like this that can be had for around this cost. But, as I alluded to before, if all you need is a keyboard and mouse running, you don't even necessarily need USB 2. So we can go down even more for price. Let's show you what we've got next. This little mono price number, which came recommended by Wendell, does have some disadvantages. It only has a single female port on this side, and I already told you guys that it's a dog as well. But it requires no power on either side. Also can run up to 50 meters. Tanner, can you confirm?
I can confirm.
Woo! And it costs just $25. Actually, no, $25. Where the heck were you shopping for this? I'm on Monoprice's website, and it is $12.
But you need 2 of them.
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Oh, well, never mind.
You won't be fast charging your phone with one of these anytime soon, but given the lengths that they can run while being able to use category network cables that are so ubiquitous they practically grow on trees, the possibilities are practically endless for these things. The networking cables in your wall truly are a wonderful thing. And while the real-world applications of having your mouse 50 meters away from your computer might be fairly limited, Twisted Pair is really just that. twisted pairs of copper cables, and they don't care what's running through them, whether it's USB, HDMI, network, audio. In fact, in our new building that we're building out, we're just putting RJ45 terminations everywhere the speakers are. I'm not sure if we're going to use IP speakers or regular speakers, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. It's just copper. You can actually even get pre-made Ethernet to all kinds of different terminations, like XLR or RCA. And as long as you follow the same pinout, it's not here anymore, but you guys saw it, you can even mix and match to build your own cables. Being copper, however, there are some downsides. Metal cables are much more susceptible to electromagnetic interference, for example. Now, in most homes and small businesses, that's not going to be a huge issue, but for some it might be. Distance, as we've already discussed, is also a factor depending on the strength of your transceivers. Optical can go much farther than what is practical with copper cabling. And, as I discussed before, if you need performance, you're going to need to go for something a little more exotic. For everyone else, though, a simple, cheap solution from Monoprice, Prime Cables, or even Ezku, yep, even you, should work just fine. And if neither of those suit your fancy, and in fact, you don't even care about extending your cables at all, maybe you'd prefer this message from our sponsor.
Nord Security. If you keep up with the tech news, you know that ne'er-do-wells are always looking for new ways to compromise everything from the servers of tech giants all the way down to grandma's computer. Thankfully, Nord Security's well-rounded protection package is there to help protect your files, devices, and your personal data online. You can check out NordPass, a password manager that helps you generate and store unique passwords.
The biggest leak in the history of Xbox, and maybe the history of gaming itself, exploded onto the web yesterday, containing redacted and unredacted documents detailing unannounced Xbox consoles, controllers, games, and other plans. Normally, we might joke with a wink about, oh, maybe it's an intentional leak to drum up hype, but no, it ain't that kind of leak. I'm Riley Murdoch, this is GameLinked, and this is the FTC's Director of Public Affairs confirming that Microsoft mistakenly uploaded their own confidential documents to a legal court website for use in the FTC versus Microsoft trial. Somebody screwed up big time, and now we know about Brooklyn, the diskless Xbox Series X console redesigned to resemble the pinnacle of engineering, the 2013 Mac Pro. There just aren't enough trash cans in the world. A timeline had it scheduled to launch in fall 2024, shortly after the also diskless Series S refresh, codenamed Elwood. These are codenamed like fashion lines for some reason.
Isn't that the main character from Legally Blonde?
It's because it's the dumb console. Oh wait, but she's smart.
Way to show your elitism.
She went to Harvard. Documents in the leak point to 2028 as the year Xbox plans to launch its next major console, a hybrid cloud unit that combines local and cloud processing, something they've been obsessed with since 2015, when Microsoft wanted a way for gamers to roleplay as cops shooting at buildings until they collapse. True to their cloud-themed dreams, the leaked Sebile? Elite-style controller has haptics that double as speakers, a lift-to-wake feature, and direct-to-cloud connectivity a la the Stadia controller, because that went so well.
My doctor told me I was sebile.
There are some images and references to some other cool things, like an Xbox handheld, a phone controller, and a one-handed controller, but the handheld is listed in the not-funded section of this pyramid. However, the Keystone Cloud console is in the funded section, and that was shelved last year. This is unlike any fund planning pyramid I have ever seen. The leaks weren't all hardware, though. Bethesda's parent company ZeniMax listed a number of upcoming games in one of its planning documents, including remasters of The Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion, which was already supposed to have come out by now, and Fallout 3. But wasn't Fallout 4 just like a better version of that? Do you want a Fallout 3 remaster?
I'd like a Fallout New Vegas remaster.
Other games on the slate included a new Doom game called Year Zero, Dishonored 3, a sequel to Ghostwire Tokyo, the already announced Elder Scrolls 6, and an Indiana Jones game, in which Nazis search for a mystical totem buried under Indy's geriatric care center. I made that up. But please stop making these movies. Perhaps even more exciting, the document also lists Project Kestrel, Project Platinum and the eagerly anticipated licensed IP game. I bet money that features an appearance by recognizable franchise protagonist.
And his enemy. Recognizable enemy.
In non-ZeniMax news, Red Dead Redemption 2 was supposed to have launched on PS5 and Xbox Series XS by now, but I guess Rockstar was really held up not removing its own DRM from its games. But the real gems of the leak came from all the emails between executives. It shows they're actually real people with dreams of their own, like Phil Spencer, who wrote that a major career moment for him would be buying Nintendo. Now, some people dream of opening their own bakery. Some people dream of gobbling up corporations until we live in a dystopian landscape. Although if them buying Nintendo would stop all the lawsuits, then maybe I'm on board. Other emails show Xbox executives pondering whether Sony would let PS5 owners play Xbox Cloud games through the console's browser, which turned out to be no. And a few from Activision where their executives described the Nintendo Switch 2 as closer in power to the last-gen PS4 and Xbox One, which makes sense. These 4K 120 FPS leaks sounded a little too good to be true. The internet is still combing through all the leaked documents, but if they don't find much else, I couldn't think of a better cap on the last couple days than Phil Spencer emailing a memo to employees about the leaks, which itself got leaked. Thank you, Phil. You beautiful, weird potato man. Now it's time for Quick Bits, brought to you by D-Brand and their new Ghost cases. Sick of your clear cases turning yellow? Well, according to D-Brand, you'll die before the ghost turns yellow. They'll make sure of it. No, it's not a threat. It's a promise. The cases are only 1.2 millimeters thin, offer 10 feet of impact protection, and are available for Pro iPhone models, Ultra Samsung models, and Pro Pixel models. If you don't have one of those phones, D-Brand says to cope and seethe. Their words, not mine. I would never. Get yours today at shortlinus.com. And now, on to Quick Bits, where we become as unhinged as a revolving door. Does the middle count as a hinge?
It doesn't. What do I look like, a door guy?
You could think of it as just a really, continuous hinge. Unity Technologies, creators of the Unity game engine, have apologized for the confusion and angst caused by their new 20 cents per download fee scheme after getting screamed at by literally everyone. Unity says they'll be making changes to the policy to be announced in the next few days. They thanked the community for their honesty and critical feedback, which is a fun way of saying righteous fury and unrestrained contempt. Self-described browser for gamers Opera GX expressed their confusion and angst by giving Unity the frog of shame, with promises of further amphibious embarrassment until the fee policy is officially retracted. The frogs will not stop. Lies of P, a Souls-like RPG and not an advanced body training simulator. You said I could do it! Has launched on PlayStation 4 and 5 with largely positive reviews. The story follows Pinocchio, of mythical fame, here reimagined as Edward Elric, but goth. Accordingly, the game has a lying system, which, rather than causing Pinocchio's nose to grow, has consequences on the story and its ending. Just like regular lies. Though some players might not reach the end if they tried to get into any locked rooms while exploring a hotel in the second chapter, which results in a yet unresolved game-breaking bug. Personally, I'm already excited for the sequel, Lies of PP, where Pinocchio tries Tinder.
Hey girl, wanna see my wood?
An oopsie-doopsie discovered in Destiny 2 over the weekend let players craft weapons that can take down end bosses in seconds. Basically, while weapons are only supposed to be crafted with a curated, balanced list of potential perks, crafty gamers found a way to transfer properties from one gun to another. It also managed to ruin the weekend of every Destiny developer, but Bungie decided to encourage their player base to have fun, since, nothing they purposely added to the game this year has been enjoyable. Whoa!
Lightfall!
Shots fired! Insomniac Games has decided to flex their PS5 developing skills by claiming the upcoming Spider-Man 2 will have ray tracing on every graphical setting. You can't turn it off. In an interview, Insomniac Director of Core Technology Mike Fitzgerald told IGN that the game's performance mode has ray tracing on by default, meaning all PS5 enjoyers should be able to experience crisp reflections. Even players living in areas so hot it's like Mother Nature is trying to evict the human race. And someone decided to fix Starfield's terrible ground maps, sort of. Video game cartographer Wojtek Antonovich created a detailed bird's eye map of in-game city New Atlantis that doesn't look like Poseidon destroyed a cargo ship full of ping pong balls. It's apparently how they make maps in the future. Modder Just Okay Gamer got Antonovich's blessing to create a mod that plasters the map on the kiosk throughout the city. So while you can't open it through your game menu, it will give you that immersive, lost in the mall feeling.
Where'd I leave my son? I've abandoned my child!
And don't get lost in the mall on the way back here for more Game Linked on Thursday. That's when we find out who Phil Spencer wants to kiss next. Just like kiss.
Today it's Nintendo.
The iPhone 15 Pro Max is the biggest iPhone camera improvement that I can remember. Apple's doubled the resolution of its photos, improved both the night mode and the portrait mode, all while addressing two of their biggest weaknesses. They've upgraded their optical zoom camera from 3x zoom to 5x zoom and increased
Minecraft with regular vanilla textures can get boring pretty quickly, so that is why today I will be ordering 6 different resource packs from Fiverr, ranging from just $20 up to an insane $500 resource pack. And as always, not everything went exactly as we planned. Fiverr was kind enough to sponsor this video to help me order all the texture packs in all kinds of price ranges. Each texture pack will also have a unique theme and instructions that the artists have to follow. After I receive the resource packs, I will rate them based on delivery time, cost per texture and accuracy to see which one is truly the best. But now, logging into our Fiverr account and searching for Minecraft resource packs, it gives us a lot of options to choose from. To be exact, 282 different service providers. The first package will be around $20, or that's what I'm aiming for at least. After a bit of scrolling, I found Colton, and his premium package cost $20. Looking at his previous work, well, he doesn't really have any pictures of his previous work, but the description sounds promising. He can make textures in different resolutions, animated textures, and as he himself says, prices are cheap and I'm willing to make whatever. Sure, let's go with him. 60 textures for $20. Our next package will be around $60, so 3 times as much as...
You haven't left any chargers or charger cords in the Ranger, have you?
Don't think so.
No, don't think so. I've got my phone charger.
The last one, and after a little search I came across this guy, Apple Studios. I will create a custom texture pack for you, and based on the pictures it seems a bit more promising than the last one. The $60 option was added to the shopping cart. Moving on, let's aim for around $100. First I found this guy called Janik. I messaged him and unfortunately got left unseen. Not the first time somebody did that. Anyway, a bit of scrolling later and I found a person called Little Pig Man. Looking at the pictures he has made, it looks promising. We went back and forth a couple of times and eventually agreed on making 70 textures for $100. That's nice, we already had 3 ongoing jobs. Next up, I wanted to find someone else for also around $100. It didn't take long until I found Reginald. Looking at his past work, it's probably the best we have seen so far. He can also do different resolutions and animated textures as well. We made a deal of 70 textures for $100. I gave him the instructions and he got the work. But now let's up the price a little more, to around $250. Since there are only 8 providers I can pick between. I found a guy named Boss Isas. He has made some pretty awesome user interfaces in the past, so I figured he would have no problem with making a texture pack as well. We agreed on doing 315 textures for $245, and it seems like a pretty good deal. I sent him the instructions and let's find the last one. Well, how much is the last one, you may ask? Well, I'm aiming to spend around $500. And yes, I know it sounds insane, but I gotta see what we can get for this kind of money. There are not many options, but I found a guy called X Memories, and I asked if he could accept my $500 custom offer, and he said sure. We talked through some things, gave him the instructions, and agreed on doing 200 textures for $500. Now the only thing left is to wait. And while waiting, you can check out wisehosting.com, which is our Minecraft server hosting company with affordable pricing and great features. A couple weeks later, we had received all the texture packs, or so we thought. One of the $100 artists just ghosted us, and we haven't heard back from him ever since. To fill this empty spot, I came up with a brilliant idea. I asked my editor to make me a texture pack for $100. The only catch is that he only has 24 hours to make it. I'm excited to see what he comes up with, but for now, let's check out the other texture packs, starting with the $20 one. So the theme I asked for was less details. Minecraft is already pretty simple, but I wanted to see if it's possible to make them even simpler. Let's see if he managed to do that. And straight away I can see that everything looks a lot less detailed. It feels so weird, and also everything feels smaller for some reason. All the blocks are super simple, and it's kinda hard to even tell the difference between some of them. For example, if you look at the ores, it just looks like a stone block with some darker spots. There is a very subtle difference, but overall I am satisfied with the result. It is exactly what I asked for, but it's time for ratings. Delivery time was 8 days, which is pretty quick, so that will get 4 out of 5. The cost per texture was 33 cents, so that feels like a solid deal. 4 out of 5 as well. And how well he followed the instructions? 5 out of 5 definitely. Overall, the resource pack gets 3.5 out of 5, since it was probably one of the easiest ones in this video. But moving on to cooler stuff, with the $65 texture pack. The request I made was to make it as funny as possible with different memes and so on. So let's check it out. And yes, straight away I can tell that this texture pack is one of a kind. That's a lot to take in all at once, and I probably won't even be able to fit everything in this video. I really like those numbers in the inventory, or the fact that the health is reversed. They have also done some of the sounds. For example, when taking damage, it sounds like this. Also, the block breaking animation looks like this. There is a lot more interesting stuff here, but unfortunately I don't have the time to show everything. Now the ratings. The delivery time was 7 days, so that is 4 out of 5. I don't know the exact cost per texture, but it seems like most of the blocks were done, so 4 out of 5. But how well did he follow the instructions? I would say 5 out of 5. Exactly what I expected. And the overall rating gets a score of 4 out of 5. Some of the textures are missing, but at the same time it is all done in just 7 days. But now, remember I asked my editor to make me a texture pack as well. I wanted to give him an easier time since he only had 24 hours. So I just told him to upscale the vanilla textures and make them look more high quality. Let's check it out. Oh, that actually looks nice. It's the same, but then it's different. The textures have just more detail to them. I wish you could have made the textures seamless though. That is bothering me quite a lot. Also, there are only like 30 textures done, so it doesn't feel really immersive. But now the rating. Delivery time was 1 day, so that is definitely 5 out of 5. Cost per texture was not good at all, 1 out of 5. And for following the instructions, I'll give him 4 out of 5. Overall, considering he only had 24 hours, I'll give him 3.5 out of 5. Fiverr has definitely been a much better value so far. So let's see what we got from a $100 texture pack done by Reginald. I asked him to make me a medieval texture pack. I know I could have downloaded something from the internet, but where is the fun in that? I want the new and the custom one. Okay, that's really interesting. It does indeed look pretty medieval. Let's check out the random village, because this should give us a pretty good idea on the whole look. And yeah, it looks nice. The only downside I see is that I would have liked to see more textures done. The 50 blocks he did don't really give a good idea on the whole texture pack. Another thing is that I would have made the textures more high quality than original Minecraft. But anyway, now ratings. The delivery time was nice, only 4 days, so that is 5 out of 5. Cost per texture comes up to $2, 3 out of 5. For following the instructions, I will also have to give 3 out of 5. He did what I asked for, but I would have liked to see a bit more effort put in. Overall, this pack gets 3 out of 5. But now we get into the definitely 5 out of 5. Cost per texture was not good at all. One, I asked, because this should give us a pretty good idea on the whole look. And yeah, it looks nice. The only downside I see is that I would have liked to see more textures done. The 50 blocks he did don't really give a good idea on the whole texture pack. Another thing is that I would have made the textures more high quality than original Minecraft. But anyway, now ratings. The delivery time was nice, only 4 days, so that is 5 out of 5. Cost per texture comes up to $2, 3 out of 5. For following the instructions, I will also have to give 3 out of 5. He did what I asked for, but I would have liked to see a bit more effort put in. Overall, this pack gets 3 out of 5. But now we get into the expensive territory. For $245, I asked Boss Isas to make me a resource pack with worn out and old looking textures. I wanted to feel like the world was abandoned. And let's see what he cooked up. Okay, straight away I can notice the trees. They have these little bushes attached to them, making it look a lot more like a real tree. Another thing I noticed and really liked are the village roofs. Just look at them. It does really feel like an old roof. Cool feature of this pack is also that all the textures are not the same when placed down, making it a lot more realistic and natural looking. The ground also looks super nice, with all kinds of stuff scattered around. So the whole texture pack is very subtle and I like it. But for example, if you look at this wall of stone, the cracks are barely visible. I would have made them just a bit more noticeable, to be honest. But now let's rate it. Delivery time was 17 days, faster than he originally promised, 4 out of 5. The cost per texture was good, at 77 cents, so 4 out of 5 again. And following the instructions, I feel like that was done pretty good, 4 out of 5. Overall, this gets a nice 4 out of 5 rating. But now, time for the huge and insane $500 texture pack. This was made by X Memories and the theme was a frozen world. I wanted the overall feeling to be very cold and lonely. Just imagine an ice age, but in Minecraft. So let's check it out. And wow, it really does feel like cold and depressing. Everything has this bluish hue, making it look like all the blocks are frozen. The glass is so frozen that you can't even see through it. Same with the crops. No way that they would even grow in these conditions. Some of the blocks even have these cool icicles. Overall, it looks pretty promising. The only thing I would maybe change is the color of the stone blocks. It feels like a bit too much blue is added to those. At night time, this pack looks really cool as well. Just look at this. But now we gotta rate it. The delivery time was 7 days, so 5 out of 5 for that. Cost per texture, it came out to be $2.5. But since this was probably one of the hardest, I'll give it 3 out of 5. And did he follow the instructions? Yes, he did. I'm happy with what I got, so 4 out of 5. And the overall rating for this will be 4 out of 5. If you want to try any of these texture packs, then check out the download links down below. Or if you would like to purchase anything from Fiverr, then use my promo code Schalker10 and you can get 10% off from the first order. Could have saved me
Pro moments. Funny moments. The piglins couldn't decide who should take the gold.
Huh? Are you kidding?
Data packs. This data pack allows you to ride more mobs. And the clips get crazier as the video goes on till we get you the best clips of the video. He's leading his friend into a trap.
We went strip mining, right? Oh look, so this game's just empty, but there's this button here that kills.
You can do this?
Here I go. I'm gonna do this.
All right, watching.
I'm riding the creeper. I'm on top of the creeper.
Is it the most realistic death ever?
Okay, here she goes.
Have you ever seen this before? It's a creeper tower.
Yeah, but...
Is it the scariest Enderman ever?
What the
Hello there.
Friends can be such bullies.
What do you feel when I do?
What?
Where
Are you just moving me? I'm in the air.
How about you take a dunk? Let me set you right there.
Oh.
Oh, you died? Alright, let me bring you back. Don't
What?
worry. Have you recently paid for Minecraft? I think
What?
you should, I think
He was trying to be sneaky. But he wasn't sneaky enough.
What are you doing? Oh, you were actually joking. There you are. There you are. Hello. Hello. Twice in one video, it all paid off. We found our second blue axolotl.
When your teammate wins for you,
Come on! Come on! Oh my god!
so the crops kept disappearing, and then this happened.
You're supposed to be sleeping. Look at.
Are you okay?
There's a random guardian in the nether.
What are you doing? What? Someone clipped this. What? Damn it. How did the guardian get there?
I picked up your arrow. I'm gonna stand behind your cat so you kill him.
My cat! Look at how efficient his mob farm is.
Oh! Oh! Let's see this! Clip, 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 clip.
Okay. 600 MS.
Bruh.
He actually invalidated the run by making it peaceful.
Now it's unverifiable. I just set it to peaceful on accident.
Ich hoffe, ihr überlebt. Einen guten Flug.
Hey, wohin? Hallo!
When you see a phantom for the first time, never do this. He actually put on a cursive binding helmet.
Roto hasta el yunque.
This clip made me laugh out loud.
LOL!
Some friends are pure evil.
Same thing that you're talking about, Riley.
Look at the disc.
Hey, I was gonna kill it.
What disc did you get?
Why you bullying me?
When your cat turns off your PC,
Oh, Gizmo, do not jump on my PC. Yes! Clutch. Oh my god!
Nice,
Did
nice.
you see my clutches?
can you get a hobby trap? Nope.
Wow, that was crazy. Respect, I guess.
Only pros can do this. He spammed the explosion so fast the enemy was floating.
Pause.
Oh my god, that's a clip. That is a clip.
The Wither skeletons kept duplicating.
Oh, maybe they're just spawning right now. That could be it. Oh my god, there's like 20 of them in here. Split! Oh. Okay, that's kind of fun.
Are you happy? Okay. The thing is, I'm never gonna fail again, you know? Like, jump, eyes closed. Oh! Whoa, 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 whoa.
He comes across a Pokemon that looks like the Wither.
Just have a portable Pokemon center? Is that the Wither over there? It's the Wither of Pokemans. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Okay.
He's trying to jump in VR Minecraft.
It's not. It's not working.
It's raining magma cubes.
These dudes.
Another one.
Dude! The f.
Did that actually kill him? Yo, that actually killed him. What the heck? Oh my gosh. Freaking snipe.
When you die to a pufferfish, they destroyed their buildings when they spawned a new dragon in.
You can do them.
Run.
You won't believe this. Check out how many totems he's collected. Wow.
Ready? Ready? Oh, oh, oh.
You see that?
I'm an actual legend.
Chad told him stone buckets existed.
You serious?
Lied to me.
3 seconds. I have to just speed run for 3 seconds in creative mode just to get whatever I need. 3, 2, 1. Go, 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 go! Ha! Ha! Oh!
The misclicker. Will he live or die?
Come here! Ah! Oh! Uh-oh, I'm dead. 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 Ah!
Oh god.
Oh, that was so clutch. That was so clutch.
He flew into lava taking no damage.
Praise God.
This is a really cool nether portal. This guy was almost shot off the platform.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
This guy's attempting to void trap the enemy.
No, actually.
Minecraft frogs don't know the difference between hot and cold.
Hey!
What are you? What?
Only gullible people would believe this.
Open for pizza.
Oh my god! No! It's a Trojan horse! Jesus! Oh my god!
Can I hit him off and unfurl and break it? Do I get that? Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm so good. Oh my god. Follow for that. Please follow for that. Equip it right now. Equip it right now.
Uh-oh.
He caught the axolotl before it hit the ground.
What?
Check this Enderman trap out.
Come on, drop in there.
Gotcha!
Oh, I knew it. Oh my gosh. The perfect Enderman trap.
Stupid. When your friend blames anyone but himself, this guy's about to get blamed for his friend's death.
Oh, right. Oh, you.
What? No, don't blame.
Are you kidding?
Chillig, meine Angst ist kaputt.
Run.
Nein! Nein! Hey!
When you randomly die too.
LOL, pican los bloques.
What? What?
He was struggling to find a way over the fence.
Ah.
Oh, that's you.
Huh?
Fish. Mr. Fish, if you come. Are you gonna patch that up, bro? Creepers don't like this guy.
I am gonna put down here. And then on top
Surprise,
of that,
motherfucker.
Jesus Christ!
Whoa! It almost.
Where are they I'm just. I am a creeper magnet, bro.
That looks fun.
What is this tag?
It looks boring.
Oh! Oh my god, that's professional.
He tried blowing up his friend, but instead... When's your first